What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another stream of Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction, where we try for a cruel Colossus blade of quickness. We're still stuck in a nightmare right now. Just gonna wait a second here to get our stream up and going. Let's double check, make sure that we are live once again. I think we should be good to go. All right, good. We are doing swell. All right, let's jump into our game. So I kind of apologize for not streaming in a while. It's been a couple weeks since I last streamed. I just really haven't. I've been, number one, I've been really busy, and number two, it's just I don't know. I just really haven't been feeling streaming lately. Just haven't been feeling it. But anyways, let's go get us some skellies, and then we will start Act 4 here in Nightmare. I gotta remember all my buttons again. Man, how many of these things can I make? No, that's the wrong button. Oh, how the hell is that? There we are. Let's see here. We can make 8 skeletons and 6 magi. All right. So we're gonna need a couple more, and then we'll do what we came to do. I don't know if we're actually going to get through fighting Diablo, because I might have to do like a public game. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it by myself. Fair warning. Do anything good? Sweet, you actually need a healing potion here. So I was testing out my stream a little earlier. I was hoping to actually stream in full 60 frames per second. So we can get the full 1080 HD, but it just wasn't working out for me, which was quite unfortunate, because I was kind of hoping that this being an old game and everything, that it was going to actually work out, but apparently we're not going to be able to do it. So I'm not sure entirely how far into Act 4 we're going to actually get, because Act 4 can potentially be pretty long and annoying, but we're gonna get as far as we possibly can. Ooh, today is kind of a sad day. I ended my EU4 Iron Crown campaign a little early, because I made a big, huge mistake, and everything that I discussed in that last episode, but it'll give me the opportunity to actually play something else now. Wow, we're running low on skeletons here. We did gain another level. I think I'm going to continue to pump some points here into... I thought I had this maxed out. Apparently not. Maybe I should have put it into summon resist. Whatever. It's been a while since I played some Diablo 2. It's been long enough that like some of my other characters actually had to log into the game to play them for a second, because otherwise they were gonna... I was getting the expiration notice saying that if you don't touch your character in so many days, they go poof. What are you doing? Quit melee. And it's just like enemies spread out everywhere here, which really sucks, because then all my skeletons aren't just sitting there focusing on one group. Oh man, I hate that feeling. I feel like I gotta sneeze right now. Sitting there trying to suck it in. skeletons are actually doing a pretty good job, for the most part, I think. I don't know, we're not mowing through these damn things quick enough. I'm kind of wondering why. Man, get the fuck out of there, what are you doing? Oh. I'm totally trapped here. Of course, I start to aggro some more monsters. Man, what the hell is going on here? I'm getting like this really weird lag. When I click here at the bottom, it's not like casting my spell. I gotta get up a little closer. I don't understand why. Let's pick up our gobs of cash that were from those ghostly ghost thingies. I don't mind taking my time through here, like as I said in the past. I mean, we just gained a level and we're already like, what? Maybe about 15% of the way towards... What level are we? 54? Well, we're 53. I mean, we're 15% of the way to get to 54. Kind of wondering how hard Diablo is going to be. Like, how much he's just going to slaughter my entire skeletal army here. So I made a mistake. I probably should have put that other point into summon resist, because otherwise they're just going to get annihilated. You just see my entire batch of skeletons just melt away. I think, what do we need to do? We need to, for the Plains of Despair, okay, so it's going to be in the next area that we find Izual. I always forget that. For some reason, I always think that Izual spawns over here in the first area, but he doesn't. You know what? I'm going to actually pick up that scroll of Identify. I always like to keep at least one in my inventory, just in case. And I'm thinking that after I'm done with Nightmare, I might actually start doing some Nightmare cows. Not only for the experience, but I'm pretty sure, I'd have to double check, but I think the item level of the cows for Nightmare cows, I think it's high enough where I could potentially get a Colossus blade and all that, I think. I have to double check. I also have to take a look too. I could have sworn it's not just Colossus blade, but I think there's also the Colossus sword, which is like the level 3 bastard sword, if I'm not mistaken. I know I meant to check that out like one of the last times I played or whatever, but completely skipped my mind. My skeletons are doing a pretty good job here, but I really wish they'd actually be a little bit better. Oh, there you go. For some reason I wasn't able to get my curse on the one Venom Lord. Whatever. I was feeling really good today. I really wanted to stream hours ago. Went ahead and took care of some errands, and then I came home. I was feeling really good, but I was hungry. I hadn't eaten yet. So then, you know, I figured, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and eat a meal first. Sit on the couch, maybe watch an episode or two of Mad Men, because I've been going through the entire Mad Men series lately. I actually did not watch the show when I was on TV, when I was still on AMC. I don't know, it just really wasn't my thing. But I went ahead and started to peruse the episodes and the seasons last month sometime. That's not a bad show, but anyways, long story short, I had my brunch watching my show, and I started getting kind of lazy. Come on, you guys have to know how it is when you're at school or work or something like that, and then you get to have your lunch, and that food just like hits your stomach, and your body just needs to rest because it needs to digest all that food and get really drowsy. I didn't get so drowsy, but I just got very languid. Experienced some torpor. Or maybe I was whatever. Torpor is an adjective, not a noun. I mean, I didn't want to do shit, but I was actually in the mood to live stream. I just didn't get around to doing it until now. And of course, when I'm like ready to live stream, it's like, you know, I'm already multitasking and doing a million other things. Like right now, I would have streamed maybe like 15, 20 minutes a little earlier, but you know, I was sitting there doing laundry and doing some other shit around the house. All these distractors. Probably tomorrow I'll start to stream a new game. I mean, I'm going to continue to stream this, obviously, but I'm saying my new series, which I do plan on streaming sometimes, will be revealed tomorrow. Goddamn! Every time I see these chip gems, I just have that natural inclination to pick them up because of the old recipe, the old Herodric Cube recipe. Where you took your item and 3 chip gems, and it re-rolled all the affixes on it, and that was how you were able to actually craft a Cruel Colossus blade, the easy way. I don't think it actually re-rolled the. I don't remember what it actually re-rolled. I don't remember if it re-rolled just the affixes or if it re-rolled the sockets on it as well. I really don't remember. Actually, let me take a look at that. 2 open sockets. I might be able to do something with that. Maybe. Maybe. We'll have to see. I have to take a look at the rune word recipes and whatnot. Although I am completely out of like stash space here. And unfortunately, like all of my mule characters are filled to the brim with items. So I'm totally screwed when it comes to like some of those things. Like the last time I played, I actually found a couple of decent rares that I wanted to kind of keep around, but I have no space for them. So unfortunately, I think I'm just gonna have to sell them. And I don't want to make a second account. So I know there's gonna be people out there be like, "Hey, dude, you know you could just make a second account." Yeah, I know. I don't want to do that though. I think I need to 86 some of my mule items, because I know I got mostly good stuff, but I got a bunch of shitty shit on there too. I forgot those things actually drop stuff. Duh. That is the trap souls. For clarification. And it's nice to see that. See, that's the one problem I have with this build. And playing with the mercenary, of course, you know, my my Act 2 mercenary, is that like you get these really big open areas here, and he's really effective because he could actually get in there and start doing some damage. Whereas, like, you know, in the arcane scanctuary, or the fucking maggot lair, or the sewers, or some of the other bullshit areas, where it's these really narrow, constricted, confined hallways and whatnot, it's so hard to manage. You know what? Actually, I know I just hugged the wall, so it looks like the way down is going to be an actual staircase. It's alright. Just means we have to sit here and explore the interior. It's probably like way over here somewhere. That's alright. We'll do another little do-si-do around. Pretty sure we killed most of the things around here anyways. Oop. What level is my thingy at right now? You know what I really wish that this game would have? It would make it really convenient. It'd be a really good quality of life feature. Blizzard, hint hint, when you guys do the remaster, the HD remaster, is that it's showing that my summon resist is 8. And the reason why it's blue is because I have plus to skills gear on or charms. And that's why you're getting this number 8 in blue. But what I wish it would show you is if I hovered over it, it would actually show what the base level is before all the modifiers. Because I don't know how many points I've actually put into it, and I don't want to take off all my gear to actually find out. It's just one of those, like, little pieces of information that would be really nice to actually have. Because it'd give me a little bit more of an informed decision on what skills that I wanted to pump up. Like, for instance, I really didn't need to pump another skill into Summon Skeleton. I mean, not really anyways. I mean, technically, I should be trying to max that skill out, but right now I'm more worried about the Summon Resist for obvious reasons. And it was the better decision to make if I actually had the correct information. Oh, you know what? I think it might actually be up here. I think I just missed out on it. Yep, there it is. So never mind. Not a staircase. Going down. These fucking monsters here are annoying. See, like, look at this. This is my mercenary right there. He just stuck. So is my golem. Come on, get in there. Thing is that, you know, it's like if I move ahead, try to get my other guys to, I guess, respawn or move. I mean, it just means I'm aggroing more creatures, more monsters. Come on, motherfucker. Let's go. Cast the spell. What are you doing? Okay, I'm gonna move out a little bit here. Come back and kill all those guys. We just want to try to gather all of my troops here. There we go. Perfecto. There's a lot of times where I just really like to actually respawn my golem, like either right in the mix or like right behind him, so he's not in the way. He's not like body blocking like an asshole. I think my army is going to get slaughtered by Diablo. They're just not doing enough damage quick enough. Might just have to make a separate public game. Let's kill Diablo. See if anybody actually shows up. Ooh. That's right. Over encumbered. Okay, we'll just clear out these monsters and we'll go back to town. fine. So I can get my Gothic shield.
Good to see you.
Ah, I'd really like to put this in my stash, yo. Actually, you know what? I need to actually sell all this stuff because I still have those 2 pieces of gear in my cube.
What do you need?
Let's see here. It's garbage, garbage, terrible, awful, junk, shit. Alright, give me my gems. I should really just start thinking about actually throwing these gems away. I'm kind of tired of actually making gems. I'm pretty sure I have enough here to do everything I need to do gem-wise. I'd really like to put that in there. Por favor. And you know what? I was actually just gonna... Fuck it. I'll just sell them. You know, this is one of my problems. I really wish there was like a public game I can go into and I just give them away. You know what? That's what I'll do. I'll just dump them on the ground here. Anybody that wants them can just take them. And if they're still there, by the time I'm done, I'll just pick them back up and I'll just go into like, I don't know, a normal game. And just give them to somebody. That's what I try to do. But unfortunately, I'm playing in non-ladder, so there's just not a huge population of players that are just playing standard hardcore characters right now. Well, they're just now playing Diablo 2 at it. I mean, there's always that too. I guess it really depends on the whole Path of Exile leagues, because I know that there's a large population of players that play in like the Path of Exile leagues, and once the leagues stop or they just get bored or whatever, they'll come over here. They'll come and play the clearly superior game. I should actually play some Path of Exile as like a Let's Play series or live stream it or something at some point. You know, I'm just not really a big fan of it. I like it enough that I do it, but I just feel like if I'm going to play a Diablo 2 clone, I'm going to play Diablo 2. I mean, why beat around the bush? Man, my mages here are getting clobbered. Oop, got a charm here. That's why I like to keep these, at least one scroll of Identify in my inventory, just for circumstances like that. And we are still looking for Iswal. I actually don't remember what that quest reward for that was. Look at that, that's a trap. Look at how convenient that is. It's garbage. I'll just keep it in my inventory for now. If nothing else, I'll just take it back to town and sell it. There he is. As soon as I get done clearing all these other peons around me. Oh, getting hit here. flesh spawners. They're like the most annoying thing in this game. I mean, not them specifically. The monsters that like spawn or resurrect. Those are the worst. So I don't have my entire gang here attacking Iswal. But you can see like this dude's health just slowly disappear.
Fool to have trusted me. You see, it was I who told Diablo and his brothers about the Soul Stone.
I don't remember if I actually showed this last time.
It was I who helped the Prime Evils mastermind their own exile to your world. The plan we set in motion so long ago cannot be stopped by any mortal agency. Hell itself is poised to spill forth into your world like a tidal wave of blood and nightmares. You and all of your kind are doomed.
Yeah, doomed my ass. See material for your reward.
Iswal was weak. He squandered his infernal power.
Okay, now we're just looking for the next area here. We'll go ahead and smash the soul stone and potentially get some bomb-ass rings, or I mean gems, runes. That thing. The little stones. Somebody joined my game. Should have probably made a private game. Because you never know when you're gonna get like one of those asshole like cheaters out there that's got like fucking trigger hack. And then they just come in and blast you while I'm live streaming. That would suck balls. As a matter of fact, I should make like a... go back to town and make a private game. The only problem is I don't have the waypoint. At least I don't think I do. I don't remember seeing it. I know I didn't touch it. And not only that, but then when you actually have more people in your game, it makes all the monsters harder. Hey, what the fuck is my lightning resistance? Dude, I'm like maxed out. Why am I taking damage? So maybe what I'll do is I'll just we'll run around and look for the waypoint, and then we'll restart our game. Private game, that is. Completely forgot to do that. Not a big deal. And I'm full up on Gothic shields. My pleasure to kill these assholes. Now there's a waypoint here. Probably just gonna sit here and scout around and find the damn thing. Gotta walk to it. I'm walking, yes indeed, I'm walking. Ooh, Grand Charm.
I am overburdened.
Natch. There you are.
Stay a while and listen.
Thank you, hero, for putting Iswal's tortured spirit to rest. May the light protect you and the powers of heaven shine upon your path.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we already listened to that. Alright, let's get another round of summon resist here. Oh, wow, I actually have 2 skill points. Okay, well, we'll do one more. Speaking of which, what is it at right now? 57?
Hail to you, champion.
Oh. You know, I actually kind of want to keep my my poison charms. It's like that really fantastic Amazon build where you play with was it Caligula's pincers? You got to have Rip Hook, all of like the poison charms and gear that you could find. So basically, it's like a dueling class or a dueling build. It's really annoying because you know you stack all of the slow. All the slow modifiers with the poison, so the person just end up taking a massive amount of poison damage while they can't move, basically. It's really fun. But obviously, since we're playing hardcore characters, they're not really applicable to us. But still. That's one of my complaints about playing in the harder difficulties is that a lot of the other elemental builds out there are just completely worthless. Like by the time we get into hell, like pretty much everything is completely resistant, or I mean immune to fire, which means that if you're playing a sorceress and playing a fire build, it's rendered completely impotent because you can't do anything with it. And same thing with poison, like so much of the monsters in this game, in Nightmare and in Hell, are either resistant or they're immune to it. So it's like if you really wanted to play like some sort of poison build or something like that, like the aforementioned build that I was talking about, you can't. It just doesn't work. Let me just check over this middle portion here so I don't have to backtrack. Okay, looks like we are already scattered around in this location. Other groups. Totally not meaning to. Like I said before, it's going to take a lot longer than I thought. Sometimes Act 4 is like that. Oh. The right stuff. I love it when I get good runes. Although Amn is like on the lower end of tier 2. So it's not that good. But it's a hell of a lot better than getting tier 1 runes. So I'm not complaining about it. Actually, I don't remember what the so the Thul rune is the top tier 1 rune. And after that, I forget what comes after that. I don't remember if it's either Soul or Shale. And then I think Amn is like number 3 on top, or tier 2. Shit ton of fucking lightning damage here. Jesus Christ. Just trying to keep my amp damage up. I'm trying to get out of the way so I'm not getting blasted myself. Oop. There's another one. Excellent. I need to start picking up some some healing potions here. Running out. Nope. There we go. There's one. Oh, god damn it. Totally didn't mean to do that. Operator error. Oh, finally some peace and quiet here. Come on, fools. Thought I heard another rune drop somewhere. But I think I'm sadly mistaken. Getting pretty close here. Getting that 54. I hope to be at least level 60 by the time I'm done with Nightmare. At least 60. Although I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up grinding out a couple more levels than 60. I'm just saying, at the low end, the conservative guesstimate, or the conservative plan. Really, I'd like to hit 70. These fucking burning souls are annoying. They go down pretty easily. It's just their fucking lightning attacks, their teleportation. I'm trying to stay away from their lightning. Oh, look at that. Hey. Hey there. A dull rune. I'm so used to, like, the drop rate from, what was it, like 15 years ago? Where you'd never see runes like that. You'd never seen a dull rune drop. It'd be extremely rare. I don't even know where dull is at on the chart. It's either, I think, somewhere on the high end of tier 2 or it's the low end of tier 3. Oh, you know what? I'm totally stupid. Probably should have identified that a long time ago. Okay, so no waypoint. I really don't want to have to backtrack and look for it, because the next time I go back to town, I'm gonna take a look just to make sure. Oh man, certainly feeling it in my belly today. Jesus Christ, getting some really nasty stomach cramps. I think I need to take like a gas X or something like that. Jesus, feel like a balloon. I'll probably do that during my break. You know, my union required 15-minute break at the hour mark. What the fuck are you doing? I hate it when it does that. Accidentally target them from melee. doing so much damage, so if I can find another one. Oh, hey, there we go. Boy, I'm getting those rune drops today. I'm telling you. Sometimes it's like that. There's just sometimes where you log into the game just randomly and start playing, and then all of a sudden you get a shit ton of uniques, get a bunch of runes. I think today is one of those days for me. Getting the almighty rune drop. Okay, maybe City of the Damned is the first one. Inventory's still looking pretty good here, so we don't have to go back into town to sell a bunch of shit. Yeah. 54, baby. Gonna get swifty. I think we should probably do another summon resist. Like I said, I'm not trying to max it out, but I do want it kind of high. Something's fucking me up over here. And casting curses on me. Try to activate these bats here so we can get them up in the mix. Get them dealt with. I swear to God, I keep hearing fucking runes drop, but nothing's dropping. It's like selective hearing or something. Yeah, all my peeps got some pretty mad resistances right now, so I ain't gotta worry about that. We need healing and healing. I really hate to deviate. I was thinking about maybe putting some points into, say, one of my golem skills here. But I really don't want to like water the build down too much. Besides, the golem is just completely expendable. I mean, he's a summon creature, which means I don't really need to have like a corpse like I do with the skeletons. Skeletal mages are the one that actually... Yeah, I haven't had to actually replace a regular skeleton in a long time. It's just my mages. Because they die first. Perfect timing for that. So I've talked about this extensively before, maybe not extensively, but I know I've talked about it at least a handful of times. Okay, so that's the way we want to actually go down. Is that, you know, I not only being a YouTuber and a content creator here on YouTube, but I also do watch my fair share of other content creators, other Let's Players and whatnot. I mean, strictly here on YouTube. I don't watch Twitch. I just don't like Twitch. And some of the people that I follow have made videos in the past about them doing like a fan meet. Like one of the YouTubers that I watch is located somewhere in England, and then he ended up going over to like Germany, I think Amsterdam, and doing like a fan meet there. It's part of one of his videos about a year ago or so, and he showed a picture of some of these people that he hung out with, and they were all like fucking like 14 and 15-year-old kids. I'm like, holy shit, man. You know, I'm so flabbergasted and nonplussed as to what to do because, you know, I'm old, man. I'm an old man. I am an old man. I'm old, you know? It's like I was part of that whole, like, original video game generation growing up with, like, Ataris and Commodore 64s and shit. And it's like, there's something in my mind that thinks that video gamers, people that play video games, are somewhere like in a plus to minus 10 years age range of me, when that's not really the case, it's totally a terrible assumption to make, because in reality there's a lot of like children and non-adults that play, you know, people that are like in their teens, and I completely forget that fact for some reason in my mind. So when I see like some of the YouTubers that I watch and follow do fan meets and they show their own followers, you know, picture of them, and it's a bunch of fucking kids, I'm like, holy shit. It's like a reality check, and I feel really weird. I almost feel like that'd be really awkward. You know, it's like if I did a fan meet and then I was just hanging around with like a bunch of 14-year-olds, like what the hell do I have to tell a 14-year-old kid? That'd be awkward as shit, man. And not only that, but no offense there, kiddos, but if you're watching my channel, chances are you're probably never gonna come to my fan meet, because I'm gonna do it in a bar with other adults, and we're gonna be getting a little drinky, and you can't do that. Oh, it's just crazy. It's just you forget that there's just a wide range of ages that play video games and watch Let's Play videos and whatnot. I don't know, for whatever reason, it's like I grew up with the original video game generation, I guess, right? And in my mind, I've always associated like at least people somewhere around, relatively speaking, around my age range to be the ones that are actually still playing video games and creating content and whatnot, and that's not the case. It's totally untrue. I don't know why I had this like fallacious way of thinking. So I was in the previous city that I was living. I was DJing in this local like industrial goth club, and a friend of mine, or at least he was a fellow DJ at the time who became a friend of mine, we were sitting there talking about, you know, the state of industrial music and EBM, which stands for electronic body music, for those not in the know. And I was sitting there saying, you know, how dead and stagnant the whole industrial music scene was just in general, and that the only people that were making it were like these young shitty hipsters that are like from fucking LA. And that, like, you know, when I go to shows, when I go see when I go see like some of my favorite bands play or whatever, there's a lot of times where I just feel kind of, I don't know, a little out of place, a little alienated. It's just because I just feel like I just don't belong there anymore, like, or maybe I'm just like too old for it or something. And he looked straight at me in the eye, and he's like, aged out. Aged out. I was aged out, basically. And I was only like, well, I'm not going to tell you how old I am. We were at an age, this was probably like 5 or 6 years ago now, where we were still young enough to like to be able to do all that stuff, you know, and not feel awkward about it. But still, like, we're getting to that point now where, you know, it's like if I was to walk around with a band shirt on or something like that, you'd look like a hanger-on. So the same club that I was DJing at, you know, I remember going there when I was like 25, you know, just to hang out. And I remember seeing some guy there, he must have been like 41 or 42, and he had long, straggly ass hair, wearing like a metal band shirt, like a metal shirt, right? And I remember seeing this guy, and he just looked so out of place. I'm like, a part of me looks at the whole like wearing of band shirts and that whole like get up and everything, that whole like, I don't know, pageantry of it. I was like, I always felt like that was for younger people. And that way, you know, when you get up to that age, say in your upper 30s or your early 40s or whatever, like, that's not the time to be doing that kind of shit anymore. And the guy just looked incredibly weird and out of place to me. Like, the guy just never learned to grow up or something. So when my buddy said aged out, like we were being aged out, or we were getting to the point where we were being aged out, like, it started to make me really think about it. About like just my enjoyment of the music, or going to shows, or whatever else. And I just can't help but to feel a little awkward about it now. The point I'm trying to make, though, about the whole aged out phenomenon is that I kind of wonder if I'm being aged out with the whole video game thing and doing like Let's Play series and whatnot, just all of it. I mean, there is no like set age for you to be playing video games or not being playing video games. I mean, especially now in the year of our Lord 2018. I mean, it's certainly not the case. But there's a part of me out there, it still feels, I don't know, like it's something that a person of my age bracket shouldn't really be doing, or it shouldn't be like an active activity. You know, it should just be like one of those things you just kind of do, you know, for shits and giggles every once in a while, kind of at your leisure, and not like as a career or, you know, like a major aspect of your life or something. Because I do have to say, you know, it's like when I'm in social situations with other adults of my age and they ask me what do I do, and I tell them I'm a YouTuber, the next obvious perfunctory question is always going to be, oh, you produce videos, what kind of videos? And I'm like, then I gotta cringe, and I'm like, I play video games. I record myself playing video games and put them on the internets for other people to watch. And you can just see the gears in people's minds turning, and like their upper lips start to curl because they're like, Jesus Christ, like what the fuck is wrong with this guy? He's like a fucking man-child or something. I swear to God. I mean, like it's not just my own like perception of it. It's like I've been around enough social situations where I've seen it happen in real time to my face. It's like I get that impression that maybe like somehow, some way, maybe I really am just aged out and I'm just lying to myself or something. Correct me if I'm wrong out there, old people. I'll tell you what, if you're somewhere in your 30s or your 40s right now and you're watching this, why don't you go ahead and you know, join in on the conversation. Tell me how you feel about the subject, because you know what, I could use a little bit more opinions out there from other people that enjoy video games that are in that age range. And I do have to say that it's really unfortunate, but I don't have a lot of friends that are gamers, right? You know, I don't really have that many friends to begin with, but you know, because I'm a hermit. That's what it is. I'm a shut-in. But you know, out of the people that are my friends, they're not really big gamers or anything. And I feel like there's a couple of YouTubers that I watch that it's clear to me that the person's a fucking nerd, and that the people that they associate with are probably just like that. They hang out with the nerds. You know, I've gamed all my life. I've been around the gaming scene in one form or another for a long time, and you know, it's like I know I've had friends and associates and things that's all they do. They only associate with other nerds and other gamers, and it's like once that's your entire social circle, you know, it doesn't become awkward. Whereas that's not my situation. So that's where like the kind of the alienation and the awkwardness can kind of come from. So I have to say that if you're in that age range and you're chiming in, giving me your story or your opinion or whatever else, and you're like, you know, kind of the geeky variety, and you're just a gamer, and you hang around with gamers, of course it's not going to be awkward for you. Because that's all you know. I mean, that's your thing. That's your world. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just babbling here. It's just been something that's been weighing on my mind now for a while. I have definitely went back and forth on the whole production of YouTube video. Oh fuck, my mercenary just died. Well, that sucks. Let's go back to town and actually resurrect him. So I've just been really doing a lot of thinking about
good to see you.
Doing YouTube and live streaming and all this stuff. And, you know, I'm just reevaluating things, I guess, and just, you know, trying to analyze it a little bit more.
What do you need?
Rather than have it just be, you know, just some flippant thing that I do. Because there is that question that's always on my mind. Oh, +2 to necromancer skill levels? Ooh. I mean, mine's obviously better. Let's get rid of that. That was actually... No, we don't need that shit. It's pretty nice. I mean, I have the Karen shard already. And then,
Greetings.
I think it's Tyrael is the one that actually resurrects my people. Yep. Very good. You know what? It's about that time for me to take a break. I got all these runes now. You know what? I'll tell you guys what. I'm going to take a little bit more of a break than I normally am, because I want to take a look at my item guide, my rune word guide here, and find out if this is actually something that I want to use it for. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, what the fuck button did I use for my peon? Oh, not that. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, well, let's go into configure options. Hireling. I was pressing that. What are you talking about, dude? I'm pressing O. Oh, I didn't resurrect him. Duh. Thought I did. Oops. There he is. So we have a Malice. And it's a regular Volge. And I could easily craft another one. Actually, I almost craft it with what I have right now, but you could use an upgrade. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to take a quick break here. I'll continue to babble some more once I'm back. Let's pick up our crap here. Actually, you know, I'm just going to leave it there. It's fine. If somebody else wants it, they can have it. So I will be back somewhat shortly.